Okay, everybody, good morning. So let's go ahead and put your phones face down on the table in front of you, eyes up on the screen. This is important. Well, all of it's important, but this is extra important. I have here, this folder is an example of the beast that you will turn in for this semester. This one is specific for this semester. The other ones that I've shown you before are for the second semester, slightly different. So, excuse me, I have configured this to be specific for this semester. So I'm going to go through this and make sure that you guys know what to do in order to turn in the beast. There's some changes that you're going to have to make in the assignments that you've been turning in order to turn this in as one document. Before I get to that, I'm going to show you a couple of things. If you go into Schoology and you're going to go to the Beast. In the Beast, there is a folder called Final Product. You're going to go to the Final Product. In there, I have a title page example that you can follow. I have a bibliography page you can follow. And I have the rubric of what I'm going to use to judge it. Let me just look at this and I think this is specific for this semester. All right. So we're good on this. I might make some changes to this. Anyways, that's where the rubric is. And so that's where you will know how I will grade your final product. It is a big portion of your grade in D2L, and it will count as a major grade in your high school grade. So I'm going to go back to the folder, and what I'm about to show you is this is the digital version of it. So I'm going to go through the folder, and if you go through the pages, it has it all in here for you. And down here is the Word document. I highly recommend that you download this, and if you pull it up, all right, it's all here for you. Just change the words, all right? Change them to your words and change the images to make them for you, all right? It's all set up for you. All you have to do is just follow these this format, and it's already done for you, all right? All you have to do is change the words, change the footnotes, change the images. Got it? All right? Makes it easier for you. I have had some students have difficulty that their computer is not able to pull up a Word document, and I tried to figure out how to convert it, and I'm not as technologically adept. So that students that cannot pull up a Word document are going to have to just make their own document. All right, make yours look like mine. I have learned by grading everybody's papers that my 20 plus years of teaching art, that I'm very visual. I can spot things that are out of place. And so make yours look like mine. If my name is up here in the upper left and the number is up here in the upper right, make your name up here on the upper left and your numbers up here on the upper right. And if this is make your title look like my title, put your name in there. Put in your the name of this class and put in the date. That my name will stay the same because I'm the instructor. Put in your detailed drawing. All right. Either when you turn it in the folder, use your original detailed drawing. You might cut it out and glue it on a fresh sheet of paper, or turn it in as the. In fact, I would prefer that you do that so that you can keep your the header up here. All right. And basically follow my format. If it's out of format, if I have to hunt for something, if it looks weird and it's difficult for me to grade, that's gonna lower your grade. All right, and I will be reading through for content. It should be easy to read. I should be able to skim this and know what you're talking about. So that is a big part of it as well. All right, so I'm going to then go over to, let's go down, there we go. And we'll take a look at what this should look like. All right, when you open it, there should be a fly page. It just has the header up at the top. And let's focus. All right, it has the header up at the top. The second page has the title page. It has your portrait, your title, and the title is the artwork. Now, and I need to redo this because in first semester you won't have the artist name. So that's one thing that I forgot to change. But you'll have the title of your artwork. You'll have your name, and you'll have the name of the class with the number of the class, my name, and the date that you create this document. You're going to put in your detailed drawing. Make sure that the header still shows. So you can photograph it and print it on, and attach it digitally, or you can cut it out and attach it with glue. The fourth page is your table of contents. And so it's going to have the different assignments that we've done, plus your bibliography, your illustrations, and your maps. The first assignment that you'll put in here is the article summary. That goes in here, and it's going to be the title of the article. You put in your article summary, you have your footnotes in there. This is the second page of the article summary with the footnotes. The header is up here. And then your second assignment is the style, the era, style, period assignment that we did. And so the title will be whatever era it is. If it's Roman, you're going to write Roman art. If it's Gothic, you're going to write Gothic art, or whatever and try to be as specific as possible. It might, if for Greek art, you might do Hellenistic art. For if your artwork is, or if your assignment you wrote about late antiquity or high empire Roman, then that'll be your title up here. And you'll have your assignment. All right, now I'm going to put in here your footnotes will carry over now. Because you are taking two different documents and then putting them into one document, your footnotes should carry over. So this last assignment, you had footnotes 1, 2, and 3. On the next page, it should be 4 and 5 down here. Your footnotes up here should be 4 and 5. Does that make sense? Anybody confused by that? All right, this is the second page of the style, era, period assignment. And then here we have the critique. And the critique, the title of the critique will be the title of your artwork. You have your description, analysis, interpretation, and then you will have that one-page comparison. And you will give it a title, a comparison of, you can write the two artworks. Here I wrote a comparison of two portraits. My example for this is Mona Lisa. So I found another portrait to compare it to, and you would have written your one-page comparison. Now I'm going to go back to the style, era, and period assignment. You had a figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3. There's figure 1 right here. And your artwork is going to be in italics. And then you'll have the figure 1. A lot of people I found like they were confused about where to put figure 1. The first time your artwork is mentioned, you have the title in italics, and right after it, you have figure 1. Even if it's in the middle of a sentence or the beginning of a sentence or the end of a sentence, wherever your first artwork is first mentioned, you put figure 1. And then if you ever mention this article or this artwork again, you don't have to put figure 1 after it, just on the first time. Most of you did this well, but some of you were still confused. The second artwork that you mention also is in italics, and it has figure 2 after it. And the same with the third figure. Now, when you go to another assignment, or like so that was in the period, style, and era assignment. When you did the critique, all right, you mentioned your artwork, and that is going to be figure 4. In the original document, you put figure 1, but now it's figure 4 because all of this now is one document. So the figures carry over. We're not going to have 2 figure 1s. So this changes to figure 4. And then when you do your comparison, since you've already mentioned your artwork and you're talking about your artwork, when you mention the artwork that you're comparing to, then that is figure 5. And that's in italics. So if you do this right, you should have 5 figures in your beast. Got it? All right. After that is your bibliography. I want your bibliography to look like my bibliography. And I'm going to zoom in here. All right, so your original, all right, so you're going to use Chicago style bibliography. It's the artist name, the title of the artwork, and the publication, and the date, and the pages that are for the article. It use the pages as well. All right. But if it goes to a second line, that second line is indented, and there is single spacing here. Right? About 95% of all the bibliographies I've seen so far do not follow this format. So fix it for the final product. Do whatever you have to do to make your bibliography look like mine. So that I put in the example for an article, for our textbook, for a book, and for a web page and a video. So in this example, I have all 5 types of sources that we used. And you can see how they work. All right. So make your bibliography look like mine. 95% of the bibliographies I've seen so far are incorrect. Then your illustrations. Your illustration should have a title at the top that says illustration, and your illustration should be a high quality picture. About 95% of all the illustrations I've seen so far have been high quality, so make sure that you're not part of that 5% that have turned in low quality artwork. And I showed you how to find a high quality artwork. When you are looking for an artwork, make sure that it has, when you look at the numbers, the size of the artwork, that it's in the 1,000 range. That's the sweet spot, right? It can go as low as 700 or it can go as high as 2,000, but 1,000 is perfect. So if one of the sizes, if it's the height on this one is 1,000 and the one that goes across is like 600, that's fine because the height is 1,000. One of the dimensions hit 1,000 and that's perfect. All right. If you find one that's 700 by 900, that's okay. That's good too. But make sure that when it blows up big on your paper, when you have it this size, and you should have one artwork per page, and it should be big enough for me to see details, that it should be clear enough for me to see and not all digitized and not pixelated. You are going to write down here, figure 1, you're going to have the artist. Actually, on this one, you will have for first semester, you will have the title and the style and the date. I need to fix that for the example that's on here. All right. And figure 2, figure 3, figure 4, and figure 5. Once again, I do not want to see 2 figure 1s. That shouldn't happen. Then at the end is your maps. I would prefer you put your original map in here, but because I was making copies of this, I photographed my map and I put it in here. You can do that too if you want it to fit within the format. I still want the title and the header to be visible, so you can cut out your map and put it in here, or you can take a photograph of it and put the photograph in here. All right, so it's the world map is first, the current date map is second, and the date at the time of the artwork was made is third, and that will finish us. I think I have covered everything that I want to see in here. We've already written everything, so now we're just putting it all together. This will be due December 5th. Got it? Any questions? The examples are all in Schoology. All right.